Hola, friends. Argentina here with the Game of Argentine Tango, and we are joining you today to talk about Floorcraft. If you are new to tango, this is a really important aspect of the dance, and especially when you start going out to milongas. Argentine tango is an incredibly popular dance worldwide. We can go out and dance in most major cities every night of the week. And because of that popularity, we need a way of organizing ourselves on the dance floor so that way we all have the same amount of space to dance with. We're respecting other people's ability to dance in their space as well. It keeps people from getting kicked and hurt and injured, all kinds of great things.
Or insulted and
Yeah,
bothered.
exactly. So while it's not the most interesting subject within Argentine tango, it is an incredibly important one. And so we invite you to join us as we explore the art of good floor craft. So let's start with the basics. When we dance, any traveling dance actually, we are going to travel around the floor counterclockwise. And we organize ourselves in lanes of dancers. Unlike other traveling dances, however, in Argentine tango, we do not use the lanes to pass other dancers. Once we are in our set, we are going to stay in between the couple in front of us and the couple behind us throughout that entire song. So when you are getting onto the milonga floor, we want to shift our focus away from perhaps patterns or what you're going to do to actually a general awareness of your partner and everybody else that is on the milonga floor as well. And while that usually resides mostly in the leader's purview, followers, we can't just fall asleep and go, he's got this, she's got this. It's fine. Because whenever the leader is actually turned in other directions, it's actually our job to help with that awareness, to give a little, maybe a stop or a little indication that, whoa, somebody is behind you. So we share it, but it's mostly on you.
Right. And that's particularly true with a nice tall partner like yourself, where
Exactly.
part of my view is blocked.
Exactly. Yes. So how do we navigate all of this with me blocking half your view and needing to stay in our lane between our two couple partners?
Well, a first part of it is awareness. Where is our space and how much space should we be taking up?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's going to be about 2 bodies width. I've seen anywhere from 3 to 4 foot lanes. And the first part is awareness. So if I've got my view blocked here, I can be turning around to see what the situation is. How much space do I have? Are they coming up close to me? Where can I go next?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the space for the partner?
And those circular movements are also great too if the couple in front of you has stopped to do something and then therefore we need to also stop. Again, if you're coming from a different genre of dance, normally we would just pass. Not in Argentine tango. We got to stay put.
The key is to be directing our center light, which is how we direct and connect with each other,
Mm-hmm.
towards the outside edge of our lane, because so many figures actually move us to the side. For example, the 8 count basic
Mm-hmm.
starts
Mm-hmm.
off,
So if that's our line of dance,
yes, our line of dance runs this way. It starts off with a side step toward the center, toward the next lane. And then there's another movement
mm-hmm.
sideways.
Mm-hmm.
If we're not aware of that, it is so easy to
Oh, all of a sudden we're in the black hole of the center, as we like to call it, because inevitably everybody kind of just sinks into the middle of that dance floor.
If, however, we direct our center light more or less towards the outside edge of the lane, then we're always keeping those moves contained within the lane.
Mm-hmm.
So we're diagonal to the wall, step diagonally within the lane. So we've given our partners to the side of us all the room that they want to be able to dance.
Mm-hmm.
Let's suppose we've done a move that directs us away from the outside edge of the lane toward the center. Well, we don't want to keep moving that way. I could either reverse, simply turning my center light back. I could step back and give my partner space on the outside edge of the lane.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always being aware of where is this edge that I want to respect to give all the other lanes room, and the edge that's going to keep us away from the next lane or the line of tables,
Mm-hmm.
and then always working up toward that edge.
Using the most amount of space on the outside instead of always wanting to gravitate in towards the center. And even just getting started, all too often you'll see the cabeceo and the mirada happen at the milonga, and inevitably, what does that leader do? He takes that partner and sets straight up to the line of dance. This already sets you up for falling into that habit of moving. So leaders, just start getting into the habit of, as soon as you get ready, get into that embrace, you're already angled towards that 45-degree angle out towards the edge.
And we would like to urge a sense of respect and camaraderie among all of the dancers. We all want space available where we can express ourselves, express what's going on in the music. Maybe at the beginning of the evening, when people are just starting to show up, there's lots of room and we can be dancing big and doing dramatic movements with each other, taking up all the space we need. But then as it starts filling up, we've got to start toning down or controlling so that we respect everybody's need for space.
Absolutely. And if you are one of those dancers that likes to take up lots of space, that's even more incentive for you to get to the milonga early. So that way you can have plenty of room on the dance floor to do what you want to do.
Right. Or stay very late.
There you go. There's the other end of it as well. And if you are a beginner and really just easing your way into this dance, something to keep in mind is that typically at milonga situations, the newer dancers are closer to that inside lane, closer to the center of the floor. It allows them to move a little bit more deliberately, have a little bit of more space to be able to navigate. And keep in mind that usually the more advanced dancers, the ones that like to be seen, do like to occupy that outside lane because it's right next to all of the observers that are sitting there looking to be entertained.
Although at a festival where it gets so crowded and there are so many lanes, it often can be thoughtful to go ahead and move to an inside lane so that it can fill up in an easier fashion.
Yes. And again, Floorcraft is all about, like Arjun keeps saying, respecting your fellow dancers and doing these little things. These are the manners. These are the niceties that help keep this dance lovely and enjoyable for everyone on the floor. So at a festival, much more crowded, we're going to be considerate of our dancers and actually start filling from the inside out. So that way people aren't wrestling their way into that outside lane where everybody has kind of started off in.
Right. And one thing that we can think, where it's very crowded and we can't do all of those big fancy moves, then it can become very intimate, which is also a wonderfully special experience.
Yes. So we encourage you to broaden your awareness when you are on the dance floor and really pay attention to the Floorcraft that you are enacting. So that way it is not only enjoyable for you and your partner, but it is enjoyable for all of the other tangueros and tangueras out there. We look forward to seeing you on the dance floor next time. Until then, abrazos.